This right here is the 2024 Porsche 718 Cayman, and we're gonna find out if now is going to be your last chance to buy a gasoline-powered mid-engine vehicle from Porsche that's relatively affordable compared to the 911 and everything else. All right, so let's quickly talk about what you're getting in 2024, and we'll talk some bits about the style edition of this one and what it gets you. So to open the trunk, even the front storage compartment, you just have to swipe your hand on the Cayman lettering, which is really cool. It pops open. This is something I'm learning for the first time right now, actually. And you obviously get good storage compartment because of that mid-mounted engine setup. So there's good storage space in the back. You get compartments to access your oil as well as your coolant, which is great. We know about that. But let's talk about the engine real quick. On the style edition, you do get the base Cayman, or if you get the Boxster engine. So not the 350 horsepower you get in the S or even the GTS. It's just the base model, and they give you some styling options. Makes sense, style edition. But again, you get the base 4-cylinder, the 4-cylinder with a little more horsepower, and then the GTS 4.0, Cayman GT4 and GT4S if you really want to splurge and go all out on their last kind of mid-engine, relatively affordable sports cars. But let's talk about this styling real quick. I think it still looks great in 2024 and going into kind of the future. I feel like this is gonna be a timeless design that we're gonna really appreciate for years to come. You do get a sport exhaust on this, blacked out exhaust tip, which look great. This one has blacked out lettering. You get that deployable spoiler in the back, which is just a press of the button on the inside, and we'll show you when we get to that. And I like what they did with the taillights here. Nice, clear taillights with your red light elements, and then nice daytime running lights, as well as those brake lights that flash on. Those aren't daytime running lights. Those are just brake lights that flash on when you actually hit the brakes. Going on the wheel package, this one has a 20-inch wheel in the back. These ones measure 265/35 R20, and this one has an 18. This one has a blacked out wheel package. You can get obviously a variety of different wheel packages, not a center locking, and then this one has these lug bolts here. So keep that in mind. You also get drilled brakes with your brake calipers out back. And then because obviously it's a mid-mounted engine, you do get your large side ducts over here, feeding as much air as possible. And I think it's one of the iconic styling features. It's the easiest way to tell a Cayman and Boxster from a regular 911 until you get like a turbo that has a different type of side duct. But off the bat here, the side has a nice Porsche lettering. I think it's a nice classy touch. You don't have to get it though. And this does have keyless entry, which is a lock, and then unlock just like that. Nice door setup over here. You do get a nice silhouette, and then your fuel cap on the side. This has power folding mirror caps, which is great. And then let's come along the front here, where we talk about the front design. Now this one had a nice little graphic package. You get that black stripe down the middle going into your Porsche badge, LED headlights with your headlight washer fluid that sprays onto there if you do need to clean it. And then you do have your turn signals down here, some additional vents. But again, guys, none of this is crazy new. Let's hop inside and see how the interior holds up in 2024 and going forward. All right, so coming inside, I mean, base price on this is $74,000. This one was upgraded, does have a lot of options, costs $92,000. And what you get for that, starting with these seats. They're the 18-way adjustable, kind of their nicest, most luxurious seat package here. Perforated leather. They got the Porsche crest embossed in the headrest, which I think is a really nice touch. I feel like if you're gonna option that, that's definitely worth getting. And then these ones are heated and ventilated. Going on the dash, guys, I think it's aged really well. People are saying it's dated. I like it a lot. You get simple vents. We don't see that a lot today. You get nice cup holders, which are still pretty practical. You can pop these out here, hide that in place if you want, or just kind of pop them in when you don't need to. Nice glove box. Nice leather wrap. They have leather on the dash on this one. It's pretty well equipped, so you can either get like a vinyl. This one has the leather with a nice contrasted stitching. And I'll turn on accessories here real quick. Show you guys this touchscreen, which is good enough. It's got Apple CarPlay, it's got Android Auto, you have obviously satellite radio, all that stuff, and the nice physical buttons. I miss this generation of Porsche interfaces because they have the physical buttons. See your heated and ventilated seats, your AC controls are nice in here, dual zone climate control, which is all you need in a small car like this. And then this one, I'm sure you guys noticed, 6-speed manual transmission, which is great. You get a 911, you get the 7-speed, unless you get like an ST or a very special 911. This one comes with a 6-speed, which is great. They're super fun to drive. Porsche still makes really good manual transmissions for all their vehicles, regardless of if you're getting a GT3 or not. You know what I mean? And then down here, you do get some poverty buttons, which I never think they'd ever put stuff here that you can, I don't know what options you can get, but this one has PDCC, your active chassis control, so your anti-roll bar, your deployable spoiler, sport exhaust, auto start stop, traction control off, center locking, hazards, and then the tiniest little cubby here, which is an ashtray, which I think is actually really funny that they actually offer this still. So for people who like to smoke in their Caymans, this is for you. You do also get a large center console here. It's not super deep. I don't know what that was. And then USB-A, so you don't get USB-C. So some good depth. I wish there was a wireless charger in here. That would have been really nice, but that's just because I feel like on the new 911s, they introduced a fast wireless charger with the ventilation. That would have been cool to see on here. But let's hop on the driver's side and see what you get from my perspective. All right, so on the driver's side, let's start with the door real quick. This one has a nice, that same leather we saw on the seats, on the door, a simple door handle. We don't get this too much these days, guys. We get a lot of electronic opening doors, memory seats, which is nice. So you set your key and then 2 memory seat settings, just 2 window controls, your switch gear for your mirrors. And then going over here, what I like to see, something I want to show you guys is the the most traditional we're going to get to a left hand ignition. So this one has that. You can obviously twist, turn it off and on. What's cool is actually, I want to show you guys a quick trick because we're not going to be able to see this anymore. If I take this key and actually put it outside the vehicle, so you can actually put it off like out there, like right outside the door, put it like on the ground. All right. And if you come back to inside and I actually turn this on, it says the key is not going to be found. So you see on the center gauge cluster over here, if I turn it off and on back again, you'll see key not found. Now, if I do it a third time, you hear a click. You heard that? Now I can pop this thing out. Now, if you hand me the keys, grab that real quick, I can actually do it the old school way, put it in myself, clutch in, and start it up. I mean, honestly, with things going push button, and it's nice to be able to do that, I think, and all you got to do to put this back in is, yeah, there you go. Turn it on once and it locks in place. So honestly, to have that in 2024 and then going into the future, a physical key, somewhat physical key, turning it in, twisting it to turn it on, I think is a really nice thing to have. I was just in the newer 911s and those had push buttons, which was sad to see for a lot of people who really care about the Porsche heritage from that standpoint. But this one lets you do that, and it will let you do that forever as long as you keep your key in that, So I think that's super nice. Let's talk about the steering wheel real quick. This one's a nice heated leather wrap steering wheel. You won't tell by looking at it, but there's a button back here behind the center spoke to turn that on and off. You do have your drive mode selector, which is great, into a normal, sport, sport plus, and individual, which is cool. And then nice, simple controls for your telephone. You can navigate the menus here on the center, this gauge pod. And let's take in the gauges. Physical gauges, they work, revs out to like 7,500 RPM-ish. And yeah, this thing it's aged really well. I feel like this is a design that's gonna last a while. So it's nice that if you do want to get a gasoline powered vehicle with the more traditional amenities, this is your time to get it, or anything from now going backwards, because we know going into the future, Porsche is gonna be going all electric with their Caymans and their Boxers. I'm really curious to see how those are, because when Porsche does electric, they do a really good job. We've seen it with the Taycan Turbo GT, the Macan EV. So honestly, I'm looking forward to it, but I also think this is something that we need to appreciate. If people who have been looking or on the fence about it should be considering getting one, or kind of going back a few years and getting one used, because I feel like these things will be holding their value. They already have held their value, but will be holding their value pretty strong once the newer ones start to roll out. So, but yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. I'm not going to drive in this video because you guys know this is a very well handling vehicle. Even regardless of what configuration you get a really cool and unique Porsche experience when it comes to this mid-mounted sports car package. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think now's the time to get it? You think wait for the EVs and really try to jump, into that side of the Porsche sports car world? Looking forward to hearing what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys enjoy this video, smash that like button and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.